last day of January 2021, and then I thought of making a new video about our Kawasaki S1 from 1974. I am in our garage here, and as one can see, we have a Triumph TRW here and a Kawasaki 100 Sports. It's the G7 model. But today I am going to talk a bit about our S1B. It is from 1974. The S1Bs, as far as I know, were all issued in candy green. So this must have been in candy green too. But we bought it like this. It was brown already when we bought it. It has been sitting here for a while now. It has been for a few years. But I plan to restore it in the coming future. Although it needs a lot of work because it has a lot of rust, etc. A little bit of a background about this bike is that it was originally issued in 1972, as far as I know. It was the S1, and it had a slightly different bodywork, so a different tank style and a different rear cowl, and even the stickers. They also claim to have like a little bit more power, like 2 horsepower more than these later models. I don't know for sure, but that is what it is claimed. But the basic shape are identical. Then there was the S1A. They built on that and introduced the nickel front mudguard, because the first one had a painted mudguard. Then there was this, the S1B. It was offered in candy green. And there was also the S1C, which was offered in blue, and the sticker of on the tank was pointed in the front. Then there was also the KH models later, which were equipped with disc brakes. I personally love the drum brake look, but the disc brakes are much more safer. They work better. One cannot talk about this bike without mentioning its legendary big brothers. So the first triple was introduced in the late 60s. It was a 500cc triple, 2-stroke. It was called the H1 and had some dangerous fame. It began to be called the Widowmaker, so that itself says more than one could speak about that bike. Apparently they were overpowered and the handling wasn't so good. Some claimed even the brakes weren't very good, so many unfortunately had accidents with that type of bike. Then later other models of different capacities, engine capacities, began to be introduced. This one is the little one from the triple family. This one is the S1. Then there was the S2, which was a 350cc triple. The basic shape is identical to this one. Then there was the S3, which was a 400cc triple. Then there was the H1, the one that I've mentioned was the first, according to my knowledge, triple. And they continued to evolve that bike. Then there was also the H2, which in itself also became legendary and took the fame of the first H1, the 500. So the H2 then became to be called also the Widowmaker. As I said, it had very reasonable power, it had not reasonable, it had very good power. I mean, as far as I know, also that bike, the H2, was the fastest bike in acceleration, so not top speed, but acceleration wise it was the fastest bike, road bike during that time. Handling wise it was a bit of a challenge. As one could notice, we tried to make it start recently, but couldn't manage because we have one piston which is stuck in the cylinder. So we tried like pushing it with a hammer and with a piece of wood, and we tried putting it on some heat and tried to do some with WD-40 and leaving it there, but we couldn't manage till now. At least we did not succeed in removing that in slacking that piston, so it is seized at the moment from one cylinder. The other two works fine, but one cylinder has the piston stuck there. We are suspecting that maybe the pin has been stuck in the cylinder, but the cylinder seems to be quite nice, not grooved or damaged in some way. So hopefully we will manage to make it work soon first, obviously. Then we will work on the bodywork and paint. The goal is to make it as fast as the Yamaha RD. I know that this one is not as fast as the Yamaha RD 250. The RDs are fast little machines. By modifying a bit the engine, and hopefully we will manage to keep up with the RD and with the GT, for example, the Suzuki GT 250. So that is our goal now. I also love the triple sound, so that is a big thing for me. I've always wanted a triple. Hopefully one day I will get a 750, the H2, but the price is now very high of them, and yeah, maybe someday I will manage. But for now, I love this bike and I want to make it run again, and yeah, and to enjoy it basically. There aren't many S1s out there, so it is a nice bike to take it for an easy ride. This time I can't start it for you to hear it like in other videos. Keep following me and subscribe to this channel. I also have a Facebook page which is called Old School Japanese, so it's not called GRECH like my YouTube channel, but it's called Old School Japanese. I post there different photos of motorcycles and Japanese cars as well, but I mostly focus nowadays on motorcycles. But while my page Old School Japanese focus on Japanese motorcycles and cars, in this channel I am going to feature different type of motorcycles and cars from not only Japan but from different parts of the world. I've already featured, for example, our BSA M20, and hopefully I will feature other different bikes in the future too. Cheers and thank you.